Yeah, good day everyone. My name is Shadrach, a doctorate degree student of the University of Abuja. From the picture, you can see these are all green areas with trees, then a special route for people that are riding bicycles to encourage, exercise and then to discourage the use of uh, engines, which has to do with fossil fuel. The project topic is sustainable cities and communities, balancing population growth, rapid urbanization, and environmental sustainability, a case study of the FCT. So we have one basic problem. The Abuja Master Plan envision an orderly, sustainable city through phased growth, comprehensive infrastructure, and equitable services. But however, since the early 1990s, Abuja's development trajectory has diverged significantly from its plan, which has led to explosive, population growth fueled by migration, natural increase, and then speculative land markets. Uh, the other problems, that are contributing to this major problem is infrastructure strain. Uh, we believe due to the overpopulation, transport networks, water supply, and waste systems are overstretched, resulting in frequent breakdowns and then limited coverage. Then environmental degradation, widespread of deforestation, encroachment of wetlands. Then we also have social inequality, rising land prices and inadequate affordable housing, for the marginalized, which has to be the low income earners. Then governance failures, we have weak institutional capacity, you know, poor enforcement of planning regulations and limited stakeholder participation. Then lastly is weak collaboration between the public and also the private sector, which to be able to make it very attractive for the private sector to also invest in those in that area of cities and communities. Then from the literature review that was conducted, some of the gaps, we all know that Africa is fast growing in urbanization, and this urbanization cannot actually match, the infrastructure that we already have. So urbanization is growing faster than the infrastructure that we currently have, and urban population rose from 15% from the 1960 to over 50% as of today. Uh, Abuja's realty, planned city experienced rapid unregulated expansion diverging from the master plan, which we saw as the main problem. We have environmental impacts, deforestation, and all that, governance challenges, weak institutions, weak enforcement, and then corruption. Then, which could not even match, the global best practices from cases of Kigali and also Singapore. Then gaps identified, lack of holistic analysis, population, not just looking at sustainable cities, but population trends, expansion, environmental and governance data, you know, has is actually affecting, the sustainable cities and communities. Then scarcity of GIS-based spatial analysis. Few study links Abuja's urbanization patterns directly to SDG 11 targets and indicators. Then limited research on stakeholder perception. Then absence of actionable context-specific strategies to realign Abuja's growth with sustainable urban principles. In the light of that, we have one aim and then four objectives. The aim is to analyze the interplay between population growth, rapid urbanization, and environmental sustainability in Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, and then to identify strategies for promoting sustainable urban development. These four objectives speaks to this first one, which has to first uh, will examine trends in population growth and special patterns of urban expansion in the FCT. Then assess the environmental impacts of rapid urbanization, including deforestation, pollution, and land degradation. Then number 4 is to analyze the effectiveness of existing urban planning policies and governance frameworks. Then the last one is propose evidence-based strategies to balance urban growth. Yeah. So from our methodology, this will be conducted in Abuja, across Gwagwalada, Kuje, Buari, and then Abaji and Kwali. We're going to employ quantitative and qualitative method, and then you can see the sampling. So from the quantitative, it will be desk review from the NPC, Nigerian Population Council, then the NBC, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, to look at the trends, of the population. Then we'll collect, qualitative key informant interviews from 25 stakeholders, including FCD officials, urban planners, community leaders, and then NGOs. This is sampling, purposive sampling, and then stratified random sampling. So at the end of it, these are the outcomes that will be achieved. Be able to have comprehensive analysis of urban dynamics in Abuja, from the robust evidence-based account of Abuja's population growth and spatial expansion from 1991 to 2023. We'll be integrating this GIS mapping demographic trends. Then be able to have empirical assessment of environmental and social impacts, clear identification and measurement of deforestation, wetland loss, pollution, and flood. Then critical evaluation of governance and policy implementation. Then actionable framework and recommendations for sustainable urban development. Then lastly, foundation for research. We believe this will be a foundation for future research and then policy innovation. So these are the timelines from the proposal finalization to the thesis submission and defense. And then begin to say the finalization, proposal finalization is 1 to 2 months, literature review 2 to 4 months, methodology 3 to 5 months, data collection 5 to 8 months, data analysis 8 to 10 months, results and discussion 10 to 12, conclusion recommendations 12 to 13, and all then we'll have the final submission. So for the potential impact, we believe will contribute to the uh, academia, and then this thesis will fill a critical gap, uh, in empirical research. Then also policy influence. This document will serve as an evidence, to be able to push for policies around by working with stakeholders, the federal capital, the FCDA, Federal Capital Territory Administration, and policymakers, for them to update Abuja's master plan. Then environmental, also the analysis will also highlight unregulated urban expansion areas. Then this will also serve as practical tools for sustainable planning. Then lastly, also support for Nigeria's SDG commitment. So we'll be contributing significantly to the SDGs, basically looking at their targets and also their indicators. So in conclusion, Abuja's explosive urban growth illustrates the paradox of a planned city overtaken by unplanned realities unless immediate evidence-based interventions are made to enforce planning laws, strengthen governance, and integrate sustainability into development processes. The FCT risks losing the very qualities that inspired its creation as a model African capital. This study demonstrates that with political will, institutional capacity, and community engagement, Abuja can still realign its trajectory towards inclusive, resilient, and environmentally sustainable urbanization, fulfilling its potential as a beacon for sustainable cities across Africa. So thank you very much. I'll pause here for questions. Uh, this is my contact. So thank you.